Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be sharing with you some essential tips for the house and bedside setup as a mom of a 2-week-old baby. Hi everyone, it's Catherine again. Today I'm a bit excited because this is the first time I'm back on the camera without a bump. 2 weeks ago, I gave birth at Chelsea and Westminster Hospital. Both me and my daughter are doing pretty well. In this video, I put a link on the top right hand corner. I've talked you through how I prepared the entire place to welcome the newborn when I was about 38 weeks pregnant. However, after taking care of the newborn for about 2 weeks, I realized that some of the setup was a little bit idealistic. Therefore, after coming back from the hospital, I made several important changes and adjustments to the setup to adapt to the practicality. If you're still pregnant and would like to have some very practical tips from a mom of a 2-week-old baby girl, please keep on watching, and I'm pretty sure you will have very good takeaways after watching the entire video of today. Now my daughter fell asleep, so I have about 1 hour and a half or 2 hours to do this video shoot. I don't know whether I can finish it or not, but let's give it a try. Okay, the first thing I would like to talk about is bedroom. You guys probably have noticed that this is not a bedroom that you have ever seen in my previous video, because this is not our master bedroom. Our master bedroom is on the loft, and this one is on the first floor, at the same floor as the baby room and also my office. The reason why we switch rooms is because the night we came back from the hospital, we realized that we need to climb up and down multiple times in the middle of the night to go to the kitchen to grab stuff and then take it back to the master bedroom to feed the baby. It is quite physically challenging, especially after me giving birth, even though my husband can help, but we decided to save some energy and effort by moving downstairs to the guest bedroom on the first floor, because we are sleeping in this room, so we have to take the baby's next to me crib down from the master bedroom as well. I sleep here and my daughter sleeps here overnight, which makes it easier for me to just observe her to see if she's got a regular breath and she's fussy, or she wants more milk, or she just wakes up for nothing. In our master bedroom, there's actually not enough room for us to access this crib because we separated our master bedroom to a wardrobe and our bedroom, so we can only access this crib from this end side. However, in this guest bedroom, because the bed is right in the middle of the room and the room is quite generous, so we can access the crib from 3 sides, which makes it easier for me and my husband to go and have a look at our daughter during the middle of the night. So this side is my side and this is my bedside table. I kept several products here just to make things easier. So this is a water bottle because I'm breastfeeding and I need a lot of water to keep myself hydrated in between of the feeds and during the day. So I just have this large water bottle here for the night, just in case that I'm thirsty. And this one is a hand cream. I don't know about you guys, after having a baby, I wash my hand maybe 100 times a day because I need to wash my hand before feeding her and also wash my hand after changing her nappy. So and now it is winter and my hand get dried really easily, especially during the night. So I just have this hand lotion next to me for the night as a basic skincare routine. And the third product I have is this nipple cream from Lancino. I think a lot of you might know this product as well. It is quite good for sore nipples. Actually, to me, it is not so bad at all up until now with regards to sore nipple. I only got 2 days of sore nipple after we got back from the hospital. But as breastfeeding goes on, I practice a lot of times during the day with the baby, and you get to know her, she gets to know you, so the latching on gets better and better. I don't really need this product now, but I just kept it here just in case the sore nipple comes back. This one is very good. It is made of natural product. You don't have to take it off before the feed. The baby can just eat it. It is no harm at all. So far, I think this one it suits a little bit of the pain. However, I think the key to cure the sore nipple is not to use product. It is to practice again and again with your baby about the latching on. So on this side, which is next to my bed, I've got some shelves over here. This To be honest, it was initially designed to put decoration stuff, but now we just temporarily use as a storage for whatever the things. So let's go through it one by one, starting from the bottom of the sale. On this one, I stored some maternity bed mat and also some adult nappies. Overall, my birthing experience was extremely positive, especially the push process, which lasted for only 20 minutes, which I'm really pleased about. However, as most of the mom has experienced, I did experience certain level of tear down there. So after 2 weeks out of the birth, I almost done with bleeding, and lucky enough my wound didn't bother me at all, and it doesn't hurt and it doesn't cause any pain or anything. I think one tip I would like to share with all the moms out there was to let your wound expose to the air as much as possible. I mean, during the day it is very difficult because you wear clothes and you need to take care of the baby. However, during night you do have a chance to take off everything and just to sleep naked, so it really helps with the wound to cure. I would just line this bed mat on my bed and then just wear literally nothing during the night. However, I do need to get up the bed to take care of my baby during the night for feeding and nappy changes, etc. And at the time, I will just wear these adult nappies, so I will be ready to feed and sit down in no time. You can get these adult nappies in supermarket or Boots pharmacy, which is quite handy, I think. On this sale, I kept some baby covers, so we usually swaddle the baby. I also showed you guys about this one in my hospital bag video. I think this one is very good, so it really helps the baby with reflex. We usually use this one at night to wrap the baby and swaddle her so she can have a sound sleep. She can sleep for longer, which all the parents want, especially for the night. And then I also have this sleeping bag. So this one I will use it when it's quite cold during the night. To be honest, I think it's good, but I mean, it's quite a lot of work to put on because there's 2 buttons up here, 1, 2 above the baby's shoulder, and then there is a zip on the side. I mean, sometimes when I put the baby in this one, before I can complete the 3 actions, the baby is already awake. I don't know what's the best tip to put on this one. I've got tipped by a relative and a friend that you can put the baby in the sleeping bag first and then breastfeed them. However, I haven't really practiced out yet. So if you guys have any better advices, suggestions, please let me know in the comment box below as well. We also have this swaddle. I call it dumpling because it resembles as a dumpling as well, and this one is really warm. Sometimes if I'm really bothered about wrapping the baby in the swaddle because you know there's quite a lot of work, I will just wrap her in this one and she can sleep quite well because this one is very warm and it's very soft. I think she quite like it. And on this level, I just kept some loungewear or nightwear, which makes it easy for me to breastfeed. For example, currently I'm wearing this type of loungewear. There's a button on the top and you can open it and you can expose your breast to the baby right away, which I really like. I also have another set of loungewear, which is this type of design. It opens on the side, which is okay. I think it's more for experienced mom who has already mastered breastfeeding. I think it is also very convenient, but for new moms like me, I find it's quite difficult to navigate because you have to use both of your hands to open up the fabric on the side, and if you do that, you will be left with no hands to navigate your baby. So I think this one I will leave it until later when I'm more experienced with breastfeeding. And at night, I'm wearing this type of nightie. So this one opens at the front. It has buttons all the way until the bottom, which makes it easy for breastfeeding because you can just unbutton the top 2 or 3 buttons, and then you can just bring your baby to your chest and then start the breastfeeding. Because it's winter now, so it is quite cold at night, so I'd like to wrap myself in this sweater as well to keep me and my baby warm during breastfeeding. You can see in this room we haven't got any changing station because the nursery is literally just next door. So logistically, it is very convenient for me and my husband to just go to the nursery to change the baby during the day or in the middle of the night. And for the night feeding, I'll just do it in the nursery as well because there's a sofa there, so it is more comfortable for me to sit on the sofa than sitting on the bed. Now during the night, we always leave the staircase footlight on so we can have some vision when getting up without disturbing too much of the peace. In my previous video, I've done quite of a complete tour of the nursery. I think the setup of the nursery is still very practical. We really like using it. We use the changing station nearly every night, and this one is a very practical design, I think. So here you have a raised edge. I remember she peed once in the middle of the change of her nappy, and the pee was just like flowing here, and if there is no raised edge, I think the pee was just flowing all the way onto the floor. But we have got a raised edge in here, so it kind of protected the pee from going everywhere. Below the changing station in the drawers here, we kept her clean clothes. You know, during a nappy change, things can get really messy, so you want to keep the clean changing clothes just next to it to be handy. So on top of this changing station, we kept everything as we designed previously. This one is a basket which I showed you guys previously as well. So for the cotton wool, I think this is area that I would like to suggest new moms. Actually, cotton wool is really good, and yes, you can wash your baby with cotton wool and clean water. However, it is not that practical because you have to use a lot of wools and a lot of water, which is not that practical. And you can imagine in the middle of the nappy change, you really don't want to introduce so much logistics into it. So after using the cotton wool for about 2 times in the hospital, we changed it to the water wipes, which makes things way easier. This one is 99% water, which I think is very good for the baby's skin. So because now we don't use cotton wool to clean her during the nappy change, we use the cotton wool to clean her face and eyes during the bath time. This basket is movable, so every time we need to bath her, we just pick up the basket and put it down on the floor next to her bather in the bathroom, and we can use all the product inside to clean her. Actually, I need to top up the nappy. It just goes like literally very fast. And this is the nappy sacks, which we haven't really used much yet because her nappy is not that smelly. And also because I need to keep my hand really clean, and sometimes it's not possible for me to wash my hand in between of the change of nappy and feeding her because I'm on my own. So I just have this hand sanitizer here to keep my hand clean. Because my baby was born overdue, her skin is a little bit dry, especially her hand and feet. So we use this coconut oil, which is natural material, to keep her moisturized and just to use as a massage oil as well. And another thing I would like to mention on top of the changing station is this log. I agree that now we have a lot of apps that can keep the log of nappy changes and feeding and everything, but I think the traditional way of pen and paper can really help you to have an overall view at the end of the day, how many nappies that the baby has produced and how many feeds that you have done during the day. I think it is very helpful as well for the visitors, especially health visitor, to have an overview of how you feed the baby or how you nurse the baby. So maybe later on when I'm more experienced, I might change to apps to log all this feeding schedule, but for now I think I'm just gonna keep this notebook. So we have the start time and end time, and also because my baby has to be topped up with formula, so we also have a column to record how much formula that we gave her for each feed. And this 2 column is to record the breastfeeding time, duration, how long that I've offered my breast to her, and this 2 is just to record whether she's got poo or wee. So for a newborn, after day 6, they have to deliver at least 6 wet diapers every day to show that they are not dehydrated. So in this way, we can really easy to count how many ticks that we've got during the day to see whether the baby is having enough food and keeping herself hydrated. And on this side of the notepad, we just log some activities or some fussiness of the baby, how long that we have carried her to sleep, if she cannot manage to sleep on herself. And here we have put a baby scale because my daughter has lost quite a lot of weight after being discharged from the hospital. So for this one, we just kept a baby scale here to monitor her weight gain. So as a parent, we can be more reassured that she's receiving enough nutrition to gain weight. Last but not the least, which is the changing station on our ground floor. This is apparently not something that is related to the bedside setup. However, I still wanted to mention it briefly because this kind of setup is one of the best pieces of tips that we received from our friends, because it really saved us a lot of trips to go upstairs to change her. And before I gave birth, I think the setup of this changing station was quite simple. I just have a mat here without the hand sanitizer and without the water wipes, and also the drawers down below. I didn't organize at all. I just put some nappies. However, after I came back from hospital, we completed the drawer setup in here by adding some baby clothes. Here are some vests and here are some baby clothes, because we realized that when you do the nappy change, sometimes if the nappy is very heavy or it is a dirty nappy, you probably need to change her clothes as well. So to have some clothes next to the changing station can make your life really easy. Another thing I wanted to mention is my drawer is quite deep, as you guys can see from here. So by not wasting space, I made use of the vertical space by storing extra nappies on the bottom of these boxes. And on this side of this alcove unit, we've got double door cabinet where I store more water wipes here, which is quite easy to access. Alright, thank you guys so much for staying with me for the entire video. It feels so good to me to be able to be back to the camera and talking to you guys. I mean, taking care of a newborn is hard work, and I even need to work harder to get my days organized so that I can do some video shooting. But I really enjoy what I'm doing, both taking care of my newborn and taking care of my YouTube channel. In my channel, I talk about everything related to house renovation, decoration, organization, and now that I'm a new mom, I'll also be sharing tips on how I organize my day with a newborn. So if you don't want to miss out, please hit that subscription button and turn on the notification bell to stay connected. Okay, I upload video every Friday at 7 p.m. So I'll see you guys next week, same time, back in my channel. Bye bye guys!